Hey there, welcome back. I'm Flat Rate Mechanic, and today we're diving into something really cool, cleaning your fuel system at home with seafoam. Now, if you've ever dealt with engine knocking or detonation issues, maybe you've heard that unsettling sound coming from your engine. You might be wondering what causes it and how to fix it. Well, stick around because I've got a great DIY solution for you. So let's start by talking about what's happening inside your engine. You see, over time, carbon buildup accumulates on the valves and pistons, especially in direct injection engines. This buildup creates hot spots, causing the fuel to ignite at the wrong time, which is that detonation or knocking sound you might hear. It's a common problem, but don't worry, seafoam is here to help. Now, how do we use seafoam to tackle this issue? It's pretty straightforward. We're going to run it through the intake system using a trick with the evap hose. This method is super effective for cleaning those stubborn carbon deposits that fuel additives often can't reach. First things first, you'll need a few items. A can of seafoam motor treatment. This is usually around $18 to $20 at auto parts stores or even places like Target and Home Depot, plus a small plastic straw or tubing, access to a vacuum line like an evap hose or brake booster line, and of course a running engine in a well-ventilated area. Now, why the ventilation? Because you're going to see quite a bit of white smoke as the seafoam works its magic, and it can look dramatic, like your car's on fire, but trust me, that's exactly what you want to see. Alright, once you have everything ready, find a vacuum line on your engine. In this case, I'm using the evap hose connection on a Subaru. You want to disconnect a line that goes straight into the intake manifold so the seafoam gets sucked right into the engine. Then, insert that plastic straw into the seafoam can. Now here's where it gets interesting. You don't want to dump it all in at once. Instead, you want a steady flow while the engine's running. Keep the RPMs up, around 1500 to 2000, to help pull the seafoam through. Remember, you're adding a liquid into the intake, which can mess with your air-fuel mixture, so keep your foot on the throttle to maintain a smooth run. According to seafoam's instructions, you can go pretty concentrated, up to 50%. Foam to fuel. But for our method, just using it straight into the intake is perfect, since it goes right where it needs to work. Now, a common mistake to avoid is letting the engine stall out. If you're feeding the seafoam in too quickly, it could flood the engine and cause it to die. So, go slow and steady. If the engine starts to stumble, ease off the seafoam for a second and let it catch up. While this is happening, the seafoam is working to break down those crusty carbon deposits. When it burns during combustion, it carries all that buildup out through the exhaust. You might notice a lot of smoke. Again, that's normal. Keep an eye on how the engine runs. It might be a bit rough initially as it processes the cleaning agent, but that's okay. After you've run about half to 3/4 of the can through the intake, let the engine idle for a few minutes. Then it's time to hit the road. Go ahead and take it for a drive. Really get those RPMs up on the highway. This will help burn off any remaining seafoam and carbon deposits. What should you expect after this treatment? You should notice a smoother running engine, better throttle response, and hopefully that annoying detonation sound is gone. On engines that were having trouble with rough idle or hesitation, this treatment can make a huge difference. Now, you might be wondering, how often should you do this? It really depends on your driving habits and the type of engine you have. For regular maintenance, adding about 1 ounce of seafoam per gallon of gas is a good rule of thumb. For deeper cleaning, like the method we just covered, every 15,000 to 20,000 miles is typically a good interval. But if you've got a direct injection engine, you might want to do it a bit more frequently, maybe every 10,000 miles, especially if you're starting to notice some symptoms like rough idle or reduced fuel economy. And here's a bonus tip. If you're storing a vehicle for winter, add seafoam to the fuel tank. It stabilizes the fuel for up to 2 years and prevents gumming and varnish in your fuel system. Way better than coming back to a car that won't start. So just to recap, seafoam is a fantastic, cost-effective way to clean your fuel system at home. You'll save a bundle compared to professional services, and it's pretty straightforward to do yourself. Thanks for listening, and I hope you found this DIY guide helpful. Have you ever used seafoam before? I'd love to hear about your experiences or any questions you might have. I'll catch you in the next one.